Hi, everybody. This is Dee Slater with Create with Dee, and welcome to my Live at 5 on Wednesday nights. And welcome. We are going to be making some easel cards here today. Got two versions for you, and I'm kind of calling it a hello, goodbye easel card class. And the fact that we are going to say hello to a sneak peek of some new products that will be available May 2nd. And we'll be saying goodbye to some retiring products here tonight. So a little bit of some of my favorites from that we're saying goodbye to. And I got a few things in for the pre-order for the new catalog that demos can do. And I'm loving it. And I can't wait to share that with you in a sneak peek. All right, I'm going to turn the camera around and we will get going with class here tonight. Okay, so the first, one, as you come on, if you'd like to say hello, that would be great. And as always, I appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up, if you like it, comment, share it with your friends if you think that they would like that. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so our first easel card is one that when you prop it up, it's going to look like this here. Oops, and I'll kind of angle it this way so that you can see it. And it is using basically a full card front on top of this. I love easel cards because it's a different way of the recipient displaying your cards. So with an easel card, there's a fold that's in it and a stopper. So you always need a stopper for your easel. Okay. So for this card, what we're doing is, this is my goodbye card. This is saying goodbye to a color that's being retired. It's the Mango Melody. And so we'll be saying goodbye to those two things. All righty. So what we're going to need is a card base, and this is in Balmy Blue, cut at 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. Going to need another piece of Balmy Blue, cut at 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. A layering piece of our Regency Designer Series paper at 4 by 5 1/4. And this is what's left over when you kind of cut it down to size on it. And I'll kind of share with you another way that you could use that later on. We're going to need some scrap of the vellum cardstock. Layering piece of Mango Melody, two of them. Actually, this is 3 1/4 by, or I should say 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. And then a 1 inch by 3 1/4. Two basic white pieces. This is a 2 1/2 by 3, and this is a 3/4 by 3. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll get the card put together here. Let's do some stamping first. I'm going to be using a retired stamp set called Full of Love. And unbeknownst to me, this has already sold out. So if you have it, wonderful. This is maybe another way of using it. The things were selling out on the last chance list so fast that I'd look at something, design it, and then I'd go back again and it was sold out. So you can so substitute with whatever you have, or if you have the stamp set, this is another idea. So I'm going to go forward with it since this is the sample that I have. And that's one thing on those last chance lists. When you want something, it's always great to just go ahead and get it. So I'm inking up this image with the Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And I'm going to do a little coloring here with my blends. I think it's the dark, the dark Balmy Blue, and just outline it. And this is a way of highlighting the structure of the envelope and giving it a little definition. And then I've got the, I think this is, yes, the dark petal pink. That's one of the colors that's in that paper. And get some of the flowers colored with it. How's everybody doing? Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Linda. Hi, Pam. Thanks for saying hi. So at some point, this stamp set will be on my retired BOGO sale. So if it's something that you like, maybe send me a message and I'll reserve it for you when I have my BOGO. All right, and this is one of the retiring colors. This is the dark Mango Melody blend. And I color with blends a lot on the lives, just because you can, I can color quickly with it, but you can still use your pencils. You can use the watercolor pencils. You can use the ink and the, I always want to call them aqua painters, but the water painters on it. Aqua painters is the water painters old terminology that Stampin' Up! Had. This tip on this Balmy Blue is getting a little fuzzy. All right, so I got to share with you, like, I'm going to kind of pull this card up here a little bit. With blends, you can do just that. You can blend colors. For whatever reason, I did not have the Evening Evergreen blending pens. But what I did find is that I could take the retiring color of, this is, oh goodness, the dark Bermuda Bay. And because the blends are actually tonal, they're not the exact color. One's light, one's dark, to give the tones, that I thought the dark Bermuda Bay was a pretty close second to the Evening Evergreen. So if you, are collecting the blends and you don't quite have anything, just kind of play around with the color palette on a scrap piece of basic white and see if one of your colors that might be close to the color that you're missing, a darker or light, may actually work out for you, or at least be close enough. And we'll do that. So here, let me kind of show this, like, it's pretty close. Okay, so we have that. Let's go ahead and we'll do one more stamping, then we'll have all of our prep work done. And we'll do this. And I'll go ahead and I'm inking up with Balmy Blue the sentiment that says "Sending love your way." Again, this layout will work with any of your stamp sets that you have. Just kind of making a stopper. So if you have any long elongated sentiments, you could substitute that out. All right, I'm going to take some liquid glue as my adhesive for right now. And we'll put these on as matting layers. And do the same thing here. Okay, we're getting super close to getting our card base, or our card put together. Okay, so we've got our stamping elements and our, some of our stoppers. Okay, so to do the, excuse me, to do the card base for this easel, again, this is the 8.5 by 5.5. You can score it if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and just, an easy way is to fold it in half and then open it up. And we're going to take the left-hand side and we're going to fold it up towards the center fold. And then do that. And for easel cards, it's important to really get a lot of play in these fold lines. The more that we go back and forth with them, the easier the easel mechanism will work. So I'm just folding it back and forth and really breaking down the fibers of the cardstock where those score lines and the fold lines are at. Okay, that looks pretty good. Right, so now I'm going to add some of this white and balmy blue ribbon. Let me see the official name here. Oh, it's just, oh goodness, double stitch ribbon in balmy blue. And I'm going to take some tear and tape, and I'm going to put the tear and tape right across the center of this designer paper. And this is going to help hold down that nice thick ribbon really well for me. And let's see here. I was looking for my take your pick tool, and I think I have it all at my class table right at the moment. See if my nails will allow me to pick that up good. I'm so used to using it, I'm not used to using my nails anymore. I keep my old pick tool over by my die cutting machine in case I have any, you know, little die cut elements to punch out after I die cut it. Okay, so now I'm going to take my ribbon, and I am going to have it so that the edge of the ribbon is off of the paper for just a little bit. And I'll flip it over, and then that way this nice thick ribbon just lays down nice and secure. So when you want to use a ribbon for an accent and it's a little thicker, you can so use tear and tape for a nice strong adhesive. Okay, now we're going to take that layering piece of balmy blue that's 5.5 by 4 1/4, and we'll go ahead and we'll get that layered onto our what'll be the easel front. And we'll do this. Okay, so when we put the easel together, hi Carol, when we put the easel together, we want to make sure that this is just going to be on the front part of the score line here as far as adhesive. We don't want to put any adhesive here because then, you know, it's just a normal card base layer. So we want to put adhesive here. And since this is a matching size on it, I can really go coast to coast with the adhesive here. Again, just on this section of it. And as you can see, I've got a light touch with my multi-purpose glue. And now I'm going to line up the bottom so that it's nice and even and press. You can even get your bone folder and get that good contact. So now when you open this up, it will, since we just put adhesive on the front flap, it will help it stand up like so. Okay. For the inside, I've got a piece of basic white that's 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on the inside of the card with liquid glue. You use whatever adhesive of choice that you like. And now for the inside of the card, we're going to place our stoppers. And the stopper is can be the sentiment, it can be an embellishment, and wherever we place it, that's where the easel will stand up. So, you know, if you have it lower on the card, you know, it would do this. If you want your front part of your card to really stand up straight, you put it close to the score line on that. So for this one, I'm going to put it relatively close up here. And so let's give it some dimension. And so it does need a little something so it sticks up so that the easel actually can stand up against it. So we're adding just a little bit of dimension to the inside of the card. And in this case, I'm using the sentiment for that. And I'll put that about right here. It can be really wherever you'd like it. Oops, I didn't put our focal point on. Let's do this real quickly while I've got the dimensionals out. This is going to straddle that ribbon a little bit. So normally I would put one in the center, but I'm not going to on this one because I don't want it to stick on top of the ribbon. I'm just going to have this centered. Now that I have this here, let me, making sure it's kind of centered with the sentiment that I have. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Okay. All right, so so we have that. So we could just go ahead and stop, and that would be there. And then if you wanted to, you could write down below. But I thought I would just show you, as you know, I'm just a little bit in love with vellum these days. And so since it says sending love your way, and we have our heart punch, I'm like, well, let's put a little heart on here. So I'm going to add that. Some vellum scrap, and we'll get a little vellum heart action going. It's so cute. And I'm going to cover it up so I can go ahead and put some liquid glue. I've got a little element that I'm going to put on top of it. So we'll put, oops, I didn't punch my heart all the way. I'll fix that here in just a little bit. I'll fix that off camera. I'll punch another one and put it over top. Oh, I have one right here. Whoops, let's just get that puppy right off. Back up, I guess. I'm never that ready. Normally I'm scrambling. I always come right from work, and so it's always a little bit of a hairy mess to try to get everything set up and ready to go. This is the Petal Park bundle, or punch from the bundle. The punch and the stamp set from the Petal Park is a carryover, but what we're saying goodbye to is the bundle pricing of 10%. So if that's something that you want and you're not working with another demonstrator, you know, please go ahead and take advantage of that if you'd like. This class is going to be, you know, you can get the kit to go. I'll have some information on here. You can get it free with the $40 online order from now until Sunday. All right. And then I'm going to use the pastel adhesive sequence. I love these because they have their the adhesive right on it. And I'm going to grab the blue one. Oops. And these are kind of holographic, and so they really can play around with a lot of different hues of our blues. Okay, so that is our first easel card on this. And if you were, when you send easel cards, definitely open and close them several times so that when your recipient gets them, that, you know, sometimes if the, you know how we really broke down the fiber onto the second card here. Anyway, so let me know if you like this with kind of having this little heart embellishment here and making the easel. Okay, we'll put that one off to the side. And so this is our goodbye card. We're saying goodbye to some retiring colors and designer paper, and as well as some of the retiring bundle prices. So even though the product's not going away, the bundle prices might be. All right, so I'm really excited. Oh, thank you guys. I'm glad that you like it. All right, now it's time for a little bit. Hello. We have a new catalog coming out on May 2nd. If you need a catalog shipped to you here in the US, and again, you're not working with the demonstrator, please message me and I'll let you know how you can get one through me. But on this easel card, it's a new I haven't done this mechanism on an easel for a long time, and it came to me and I'm like going, oh my gosh, I need to show this to all of my Stampin' friends. So on this one, the easel mechanism is a shape. So it's kind of a unique way of doing it. And I'll kind of show you how you can get these shapes to stand up like this. Also, this is one of the new upcoming bundles and actually suite of products. It is the, let me get the designer paper name here for sure. It is the Fresh as a Daisy suite of products. And in that suite is the Cheerful Daisies. And we're going to be using this daisy and the stamp set. I absolutely love this sentiment here for all of our friends. Your friendship means everything. Isn't that so true? We just love sending a little something to our friends. One of the new colors that is now in the subtle collection, it's called Bubble Bath. It's this really super fun and pretty pink color. I'm a pink girl. I absolutely love this Bubble Bath pink color. And this other color here, which when you just see it by yourself, this is called Wild Wheat. You might be thinking like, oh, I'm not too sure about it. What's this color all about? But it pairs that you guys enjoy it too. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll do a little sneak peek of some products that you can do with this one. All right, so for this card, and again, if you want to get a sneak peek of some of the products, you could go ahead and follow the information on how you can get this in your hands a little early through class. Okay, get my scoring tool out. We are going to start with a piece of our cardstock base. And again, this is the new Bubble Bath Bubble Bath color. And this is cut at 5.5 by 6 3/8. Okay, so it's a 6 3/8. And we're going to put it on your scoring tool or on your trimmer and use your scoring blade. And we're going to score it along the 6 3/8 side at 4 1/4. Okay. And let me just kind of share with you what this is really all about. Let me get the other card in here real quickly. Oops, put this out of reach so it's not causing trouble. Basically what we're doing is we're taking this panel off of it. Okay, so we're going to remove this panel right here. And so by doing that, it's going to be, this is our 6 3/8 side then. So we're just taking away this section by itself. Alrighty. And just like before, I'm going to really play with this, this fold line here, going back and forth, breaking down that fiber. The more that you do it ahead of time, then you don't have to do it after the card's all complete. All right. Got 2 pieces of designer series paper here. And again, this is Fresh as a Daisy. And they're both, the length of them are both the same at 5 1/4. One of them is cut at 2 inches and one of them is just slightly smaller. It's cut at 1 7/8. The smaller one, so when you can have it side by side here, okay, the smaller one is going to go on this top section of our easel card. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll get that one down. And seeing this okay? My screen is freezing up. I hope it's not stuttering too badly for everybody here tonight. And oops, and then just like we did before, I'm going to use some tear and tape. And I'm going to go right down the center. And this time, I'm going to use some of the new Wild Wheat cotton ribbon. it's kind of luxe. It's got like this sheen on it. It's so super pretty. And the wild wheat is one of the new in colors. Get this pulled up. There we go. And just like before, we're going to center that and take our scissors and we'll get this one trimmed down. Okay. All right, and so now we can put this one on the inside. Again, this one was the 2" by 5 1/4. And we'll use liquid glue to put that one down. Okay, so now we've got the card base kind of ready to go. Now for the mechanism on our easel card. All right, so this one's definitely a low profile. What I've done is I've taken the stitched shapes and I've got a circle out of this. I want to do 2 of them. And on one of them, we're just going to go ahead and fold it in half. All right, so we'll fold it right in half. It's a symmetrical. Half of it to the inside of the card. Okay, so it's going to look like this from the front and this from the back. Okay, so we're going to put glue just on 1/2 of the circle. And then where the fold line is at, we're going to line up the fold line with the edge of the inside of the card. Okay, give that just a second to get a nice seal on it. Okay, so now this looks like this. Half of it's glued down and half of it's not. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to do a little stamping here. Just a little bit, just a little tease on how to use this. One of the dies that you get in this new bundle that's coming up, it makes this nice big airy, like kind of a 4-piece die cut, all with one swoop. But don't feel like you can definitely use it all together. But what I did on this one, I just kind of trimmed off some of them that I wanted and we'll do something else with the other ones. So where these things connect, I'm just going to take my paper snips in there. Those 2 I'll use for something else. I'll put those aside. And then let's see, I can trim this up just a little bit. This is where it connected. Get some of that little edge cut off. Oops, come in this way. And then that looks pretty good. And whoops, I don't have that. And so here's our new color called Moody Mauve. And I'm going to take the kind of the inside of the daisy. I'm going to ink up this image that comes with it. Whoops. Here's again, I have this pokey tool in case I want to get rid of some of these little guys here. So my little bristle brush didn't quite do the job. And I'm going to ink up this for the inside of it and line it up and stamp. So that's going to give that look here. And I just dropped that. Your friendship is everything. Got the little banner and we'll get that stamped, hopefully. Okay, awesome. And let's see, did I not have it? Let's see if I've got it floating around here. Oh, I did. Okay. Also in the stitched shape, there's this, it's about a 3/4 inch circle. It's all part of that, that die set of the stitch shapes. I better close this before I get it any more of a mess. All right, so I'm going to take the smallest stitch shape that's in that set, and I have that in the new bubble bath, and I'm going to place that right in the center of the matching shape that's on our easel here, or on our card. And I'm going to take some fine tip glue pin, and whoops, and I just want adhesive just on the inside of it. I want the petals to kind of be loose and flowy, so I can just take the fine tip glue pin and just do little itty bitty dollops of glue. Oops, before I do that, I want to get a, oh, yep, I can glue that on here. Okay, so I'm also on the front side of it, of the leaf, you also use the fine tip glue pin. And let's see here. I'm going to put that behind it and hide the stem on one of the leaves a little bit. You want to do that first. And then put the glue behind the flower. And then I'm going to center that flower on the bubble bath, the pink. And then that kind of just pops it. At least I think so, on it. All right, so let's, I'm going to put this element, whoops, let's give that a little more time to go down. Let me just hold that for a second. But then that way, that kind of keeps my leaves a little loose and kind of 3D off of here. Okay, so now let's put this element onto our easel card. And just like before, we're going to put adhesive just on this part of it. Okay, so I'm going to open this up here, and we're going to put adhesive on this half moon that's sticking out. And on that one, I'm using the liquid glue. And now I can line this up to the bottom, just like we did before with the other layering piece, only this time it's just a different shape. Oops, and I knew that's kind of slid on me. There we go. Again, I kind of give it a second to set. And let's put this down. We've got I'm going to go ahead and use these mini dimensionals. We want to use the full size ones, but I'm going to go ahead and put these down. Again, we want something to pop up and act as our stopper. And I'll get this guy. All right, and we'll put this one down. I'm just going to put the banner again, make sure that's kind of in the same place. And we've got the, so these are the Moody Mauve and the Wild Wheat as part of the new in colors. And so some of the new things coming is the 2023-25 in color dots. And I'm going to go ahead and take the Wild Wheat, kind of the greenish gold color, and we'll put that on the outside of the banners. Okay. And now this easel card is done. And so again, just the more that you kind of play with it back and forth, like there's that, you know how I really did the other one much, but this is what you want to test it before you send it. There it goes. And that's it. So this is how you can get any of your shapes that you can make this really pretty stand-up one that doesn't always have to be like just a standard card front. All right, well, let me know what you think of our class here tonight on our easel cards 2 ways. A little bit of hello, like here's some of the new products with the Fresh as a Daisy suite of products. And then we're saying a little bit of goodbye to the retiring products of the Regency Park, um, um, Mango Melody, and some of the bundle pricing too. All right, I will go through and take a look at the comments here afterwards. I'll go ahead and get my face back on the screen here. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. In just a little bit, I'll probably about 15 minutes or so, I'll have links here underneath the video that if you're interested in getting this class kit to go, I'll give you 2 ways that you can do that if you follow the link. All right, you guys have a great Wednesday night and take care.